guess we're going to take off.
All right, let's go.
You know what else is taking off? Homer City. So what's the latest there? We had this plant that shut down, and now there's been awesome news out of Indiana County.
It's incredible news. We're super excited across the county. Really, all of Western Pennsylvania is thrilled with the announcement that occurred last week. A $10 billion investment into Indiana County at the site of the Homer City Generating Station by the Homer City Redevelopment Group. Essentially, they're going to build a new natural gas-fired electric generation plant. In addition to that, there will be several data centers. Again, a $10 billion investment into Indiana County and Western Pennsylvania, up to 10,000 construction jobs, and around 1,000 direct and indirect long-term jobs. So we couldn't be happier with that announcement last week.
Wow. So we're talking about building a power plant and then also on top of that, having a data center. So it's kind of a double whammy, right?
Yeah, it's an incredible opportunity for our county and our region because they're going to be putting in the natural gas-fired plant, 7 giant turbines, 4.5 gigawatts of energy that will not only fuel those data centers that they're going to be building, but also add baseline energy back into the grid. This is something that we've been talking about for a long time now, the concerns with once the coal-fired electric generation plants shut down almost 2 years ago now, there was a great concern, not just with us, but with the entire PJM and the grid about not having baseload reliable energy. We're going to put that back into the grid with the construction of this gas-fired power plant. So it's good for Indiana County, it's good for my constituents, it's good for the region, it's good for the Commonwealth, and it's good for our entire country because we will be returning that baseload essential energy into the grid.
Right, that's one of the things you discussed a lot is concern over, if we take these coal-fired plants offline, what are we replacing them with? And the reality is all the solar panels in the world are not going to replace something like a coal-fired plant. That's why, the next maybe best thing for that would be natural gas in Pennsylvania because we have the gas right here.
Absolutely, and we have the resources here, and this is clean energy. It's 60 to 65% cleaner than what was there before. So this checks all the boxes. It's clean energy, it's natural gas, it's reliable, it's consistent, it'll be there on those cold winter days, it'll be there on those hot summer days, and you're not going to worry about whether the sun's shining or the wind is blowing. It will be there consistently, and they're doing it the right way. Now, we talk about policy, right? We've been battling against the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative for going on 6 years now. We have the other poor energy policies that this administration has put out there. Homer City is happening despite that because we do have those natural resources right here in Pennsylvania. And to their credit, they're capitalizing on the infrastructure that's there, the access to the grid that was there with the coal-fired electric generation plant. There's a rail line through there, there's water, there's the workforce that's all around there for decades. So I think it's a culmination of all of those things. But to me, it shows what can happen, not just in Homer City, but across this Commonwealth if we get rid of that bad energy policy. We can open a door to these types of investments across this Commonwealth and see our revenues skyrocket.
Yeah, it's interesting that during the budget hearing, the Department of Environmental Protection Secretary said that she wasn't really seeing an interest in natural gas power plants being built. Remember, there was kind of a weird comment, right? And now look at this. So what are your kind of thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know why she said that when, in fact, we asked the DEP, we asked the administration to work closely with the Department of Community Economic Development with the folks at Homer City to make this happen because we knew it was coming. We just had to make sure all the things lined up correctly for that announcement last week. So they were working on it, and we appreciate that they were expediting the processes, but I don't know why she would say that knowing full well that, in fact, they were working with the folks to bring this natural gas plant into Indiana County and Western Pennsylvania. And the other sort of misleading comment that she made related to natural gas is it's not happening anywhere else, when in fact we know that it's happening
in Ohio.
It is, and they are the ones taking all of our jobs and all of our revenues from this natural gas production. So it's really generational and game-changing for us to bring that type of investment back to Pennsylvania.
Sure. So I want to read you something that was published in the Post-Gazette. So they did a story on the Homer City announcement, and this is in relation to Governor Shapiro. His administration, he said, has been, quote, engaged with people in Homer City and is glad to see a project moving forward. At the same time, he said there are, quote, a lot of questions that still need to be answered, a lot of permits that need to be received. The article goes on to say, Mr. Shapiro said Pennsylvania, already an energy leader, must develop new sources of power, both for economic reasons and for national security. Quote, I want to make sure we win the battle on AI here in America, and we don't let China beat us on that, Mr. Shapiro said. Adding that Pennsylvania is going to have something to say about it, and quote, because of its strong position in the energy industry. Wow. So kind of a little bit of doublespeak there, huh?
It is total doublespeak. And as you read that to me, I felt some concerns, but I think he's trying to play both sides of the field, covering his extreme environmental groups that are probably going to be like no. At the same time, he knows the building trades are super excited about this. They're lining up to get these jobs, these good-paying, family-sustaining jobs. I think he has to make a decision.
Right.
Are you for Pennsylvania, or are you for these extreme environmental groups that aren't even located in Pennsylvania? Mm-hmm. It's time to put up or shut up. Right? Let this happen, get your bad energy policy out of the way, and let these investments come to Pennsylvania. This is real. This is $10 billion in Pennsylvania. Family-sustaining jobs, community growth, taxes for our local school districts. I mean, we could solve a lot of problems if we saw this type of investment multiplied across this Commonwealth. And that kind of language really doesn't invite people to Pennsylvania. We still have permits to get through.
Right.
Make it happen, Governor. It's your administration. It's your department. That's frustrating to me, but I know we'll get there because this is simply too good to push away.
It's way too big of an opportunity. But just to hear that comment about the permits, when all he likes to do is talk about how we're making government work at the speed of business, we're making things faster, and then when you're presented with this amazing opportunity, which is going to heat our homes, it's going to power our data center, and a data center that's going to be world class here in Pennsylvania, that he has to bring bureaucracy back into it.
Yeah, and think about it. This is the first of its kind in Pennsylvania, the largest natural gas electric generating plant in the nation. I mean, this is big for not just my community, but for the entire Commonwealth. So they need to get out of the way and let this happen instead of talking, like the door's still shut. It's open. Open it wide. Open it all the way up and let it come, because, this could change our future for Pennsylvania. And these data centers are going to go somewhere because they're needed. And we have the resources to bring them here. Why not do it?
Yeah, and that's the amazing thing, right? Hopefully Homer City is just a start.
Yeah.
And that we see more of this development coming throughout the Commonwealth, because we have the resources to do it. Let's do it. Let's repeat this process.
The excitement around Indiana County, I can tell you, is real. You can feel it in the air. You can feel it in the communities. You can feel it in the people. This is going to be great for everyone. All the businesses that were really concerned, the schools that were worried. These are going to bring tax dollars to Indiana County, to our region. They're going to bring jobs, family-sustaining jobs. It's simply something that we have to start waking up in this state. And this administration needs to see what's before them, and on a national picture as well. Like, we need to get in line with what's happening and stop being the stick in the mud that's preventing it from happening.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to add? Or just I think general excitement over this project and what could be coming down the pipe?
I think people need to realize what this means. This means that we have the potential to bring a whole lot more of this type of investment into Pennsylvania. As we talk about the budget coming up and the fact that revenues don't meet the expenditures, this could change all of that. We could see that flip very quickly if we allow this type of investment to come to Pennsylvania, and we'll be happy to see that happen, because then we'll be able to meet those needs that are out there with having to pinch pennies or raise taxes. This will change all of that if we simply allow it to happen.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. This is the latest episode of the Struzzi Scoop.
Thank you.